So you're talking about alternative models. So what are they, and how do they allow for circularity to play a role in those models?
Yeah, so exactly what you just said. It's sort of like a little bit like obvious but surprising when we talk about like, well, why aren't we measuring ecosystem health or clean air or clean water or, why? And when I grew up and started this work, we would say things like people, planet, profit. Yeah. And they were like as if they were these three separate buckets. And so I want people to think about it as you don't get to have an economy if you don't have a society that creates an economy, and you don't have a society if you don't have a living planet. So you should think of this more as a system.
A trinity.
And so that's what we're seeing right now is more economists and practitioners are really advocating for this systems thinking, a holistic approach to economics that considers this interconnectedness. And one such framework that I really like is Doughnut Economics by 𝗕𝗂𝘁𝗂𝗁, who really balances this idea. And so her model is, no surprise, a donut. So you have, you can imagine this outer circle, which says, hey, we have to do business and operate our lives within these planetary boundaries. Because if we get outside of those boundaries, then we're going to cause, incredible damage to the planet. And we can't get past that. Then on the inner circle, what we're saying is, hey, we need a thriving society in order to have a functioning economy. And so we've got to make sure people have access to food and water and clean air and clean water and those sorts of things. So then her model is, so let's figure out how to do business inside of the donut. And similarly, the circular economy approach is taking this idea that we move away from this traditional, I take raw materials, I make things, I sell them, and then they go in the garbage at the end of their use. And instead, we're designing products and services with longevity, reuse, regeneration. And we're really thinking about how do we create a business that is there's no end of the line, but we're actually really trying to bring back things and create a lot of resource efficiency in that process. And so businesses that are starting to adopt these ways of thinking are going to be really well positioned in this future economy.